So here's my top 10 movies of 2014. Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Prosek and this is a special edition of the So I Saw show. I'm going to be counting down my top 10 movies of 2014. I'll admit I did not see every movie. There are a lot of good ones I wish I saw but I didn't get around to seeing, like Birdman, Imitation Game, Whiplash, Nightcrawler. There's a lot of movies that I'm pretty sure I will like once I see them, but I couldn't put them on my top 10 because I haven't actually seen them. Weeks I've been trying to think about this, and a lot of movies have been switched and swapped and turned, and it was hard to complete this. I guarantee next week when I'm watching this video I'm gonna be like, yeah. So coming in at number 10, it's Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. Interstellar was one of those movies that I was really looking forward to. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan. Had some great emotional scenes in it. I cried my eyes out. Matthew McConaughey killed it. Even though it was a longer movie, it didn't feel long, which is always a good thing. The reason I didn't put Interstellar a little bit higher on my list was because I feel like it kind of got bogged down at the end and with some of the sound mixing, sound editing problems. Number 9, Snowpiercer. It's a movie I unfortunately didn't get to see in theaters, but I did get to check it out on Netflix once it was available, and wow, I really liked this movie. Chris Evans was awesome. The direction and the cinematography, the way this thing was shot, I just love the fact that it was a, off-the-wall, strange idea, but they made it work. My other favorite things was that it was a movie that just started. It didn't wait to kind of introduce you to the world for 30 minutes, 20 minutes like most sci-fi movies do. I think one of the only things that bogged it down for me was I wish it was just a little bit longer. The ending wasn't my favorite. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't my favorite. Number 8, How to Train Your Dragon 2. The animation and the effects looked amazing. Even on my TV, that's not even that great of a TV, just looked awesome. The action, it had these amazing flying sequences, some great character stuff. A moment that made me cry almost like it did at Interstellar. Loved it. Of course, had to have it on my top 10, and I'm glad I spent the money to buy it on Blu-ray. Coming in at number 7 is Edge of Tomorrow. This was another movie that I didn't get to see in theaters. I think the reason was when I saw the trailers, it didn't look original to me. It looked like Source Code but with Tom Cruise, and it's not on a train or just another action version of Groundhog Day. So I wasn't too thrilled to see it. But everyone was talking about it. Everyone was praising it like crazy. So I was like, you know what? Black Friday shopping, it was like $5, bought it, and whew, action was awesome. The fact that they took this used premise and made a new spin on it and made it entertaining. Emily Blunt was amazing. The fact that it was both action-packed and funny. Flaws were the fact that I wanted it to be a little longer. It was only like an hour 40, hour half-ish. I wish it could have been just a little longer. Not to stretch stuff out, but just because it was so good, wanted it to keep going. Brings me to my number 6 movie, which is the Lego Movie. Yes, everything is awesome. I did not think a movie would be so good based on Legos. Chris Pratt was hilarious. Morgan Freeman being hilarious. You had Liam Neeson being hilarious. It was a great story that for the whole family. Everyone's got to love this movie. If it doesn't make you smile with that song, Chris Pratt singing Everything is Awesome, then you may not have a soul. My number 5 film is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Motion capture in this is amazing. Toby Kebbell as the villain Koba and Andy Serkis as Caesar were phenomenal. This was a movie that had action for a summer blockbuster, but it also had the drama that you would want in the movies for Oscar bait season and the fall and winter. A perfect combination, and honestly, I think it's one of the more underrated movies of the year. Even though people are loving it, I don't think it's getting as much love as it deserves. Which brings me to my number 4 movie, which is X-Men Days of Future Past. The fact that they took the kick-ass cast from First Class and they took the cast from the first movies and they combined them in this beautiful blend of both. Bryan Singer was back, and man did he deliver. Fixed the franchise. How many people can say they did that? How many people can say they took a prequel and the sequel and made it one movie and then fixed it for more? Like, it's just... wow. Amazing performances from James McAvoy and Jennifer Lawrence. You had the amazing action sequence with Quicksilver. it had everything. That brings me to my number 3. I'm going to dip away from the summer blockbuster movies for a second and talk about something that came out this fall, which is Gone Girl. 3 hours long, but it did not feel like it. It was just amazing throughout. Kept you on the edge of your seat, literally, and you know the expression. Ben Affleck was great. Rosamund Pike was great. David Fincher's dark direction was perfect for this type of movie. I loved the twists, the turns. You didn't know who to believe, whether it was Ben Affleck or Rosamund Pike. Number 2 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that I had no idea about any of these characters. This property was something that I never knew about as a child growing up. It was interesting, it was funny. Chris Pratt shows he could be an amazing leading man. Love that this is a new side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you haven't seen before. Which finally brings me to my number 1, which just barely beat out Guardians, and that's Captain America Winter Soldier. It stuck with me the whole time. It literally just punched me in the face in the best way possible. This was a smash mouth movie. The Russo brothers, amazing in their direction, where you would have these action sequences that were just in your face, but then calm down for these dramatic scenes. You know, the chemistry between Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans showed that it's not every movie is going to be the same. This was like a spy thriller with just Marvel's stamp on it. Elevator scene, yeah, damn right, that was awesome. That's my top 10 list of 2014. Hit this big red button right below. You can subscribe to the Entertainment Buffet YouTube page. Besides just these reviews, and I also write and direct sketch comedy and web shows, so you can check those out. We have new videos coming out every other Tuesday. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter's right below. If you'd like to follow Entertainment Buffet on Twitter, we're right there below. Keep updated on everything. If you'd like to find us on Facebook, like Entertainment Buffet, that'd be great too. And if you're finding me here from moviepilot.com, find me there, follow me there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And now you saw the So I Saw show.